Hi, thank you for watching. This is Dr. Seth Pearl, chiropractor and nutritionist, and I'm here with Dr. Ned Hallowell, author of several books, Driven to Distraction, Delivered from Distraction, Married to Distraction, and a whole host of other books to help children and adults alike understand what it is like to have and go through ADD and ADHD. In our center, we work with families and children with a special emphasis on children dealing with special needs. Whether that special need is working with children with autism, developmental delay, or children with ADD and ADHD. And today we're going to talk about a program that Dr. Hallowell and I and many chiropractors around the country have launched called the SHINE program. A little back history about me. I've been working in this field for about 13 years, and when I first started, I wanted to get a feeling and understanding of what our children were dealing with inside of their bodies so I could better help them. And somebody gave me this book, Driven to Distraction. And I started reading it, and right away I loved it. But the words started to get very familiar to me. I started to look at it and I said, oh my gosh, this is a biography of me. This is my biography. And as I read on, it really resonated with me. As I grew up as a child, messy room, scattered thoughts, starting 1,000 things, not finishing one. My locker, we would open it and the papers and the permission slips and the report cards would come out. Disorganization to the max. And it was very hard for me as a child. But I progressed this way. And I worked through it. It was extremely difficult, but I got to where I am because of working really, really hard, probably harder than I needed to get out of this disorganization front. But what we've done, and by the way, friends of mine that also probably had the same issues as I did, went in a different direction, and that's scary. So what we've done is develop this program called the SHINE program, which is a strength-based approach to really help children and adults that have this trait of ADD and ADHD really exceed to their highest levels. So sitting next to me is Dr. Ned Hallowell, Harvard faculty, been over 100 shows talking about his expertise in ADD and ADHD, and we're just so amazingly privileged to have somebody of this caliber working hand in hand on a program to really help this population. So I thank you for doing that.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm privileged to team up with chiropractors to create a new model that really takes the non-medication treatment, I don't even like to say treatment, the development of this kind of brain to a new level. And SHINE stands for Special Help Integrating Neurological Experience. And that's what you chiropractors are all about. It was an eye-opener for me to discover how wide the world of chiropractic truly is and how sophisticated you are in the many different modalities that you use. So I think it's great news for people who have ADHD of all ages, and particularly for parents out there who might be worrying about their children and want a solution that does not involve the use of medication. Go to Dr. Pearl. and it's really cool what the kind of stuff you're doing. It's sophisticated and effective and really addresses the whole child. One of my mantras that I try to say to people is it's fine to worry, just never worry alone. And bring your worries to Dr. Pearl and his staff, and they can take what looks like a problem, and that's what's so cool about this trait, ADHD, and turn it into an asset. Not to make your child normal, but to make your child better than that. Your child can be a winner. I often say having ADHD is like having a Ferrari engine for a brain with bicycle brakes. Well, go to his office and you'll learn to strengthen those brakes so you can win races instead of crashing at the curve.
And from there, the opportunities are limitless. I mean, you have counseled thousands of patients. I mean, what type of successes have you seen working with this strength-based approach?
Oh, I mean, people go to the top, you know, I mean, you name the profession, people at the very top have this trait. Nobel Prize winners, Pulitzer Prize winners, CEOs, entrepreneurs, billionaires, Academy Award winners, Tony Award winners. You know, you name the top and you'll find people with this trait. So, on the other hand, if you don't get the right kind of help, well, that's the prison population. That's the addicted population. That's the unemployed. You know, so it's such an interesting kind of mind. You know, you can achieve spectacular success or catastrophe, and you folks really have an understanding of it now, and can offer help that changes a life forever.
Many parents are watching this right now, and I know when our parents in Westchester see this video, they're going to have a lot of questions. Because they've heard things in the past from their medical doctors, their pediatricians, their psychiatrists. Take this medication, this will pass. Almost like they have the common cold.
Right.
And as we know, this is not the common cold. This is
Right.
an inborn trait
Right.
and a gift. Can you say something to these parents out there that are worried? Some of them walk into my office crying because they don't know what to do.
Well, with the right kind of help, over the years, this turns into you integrate it so that it becomes very positive. But it does take years. You know, it's something you'll have forever. And you know, once you learn how to control the power in this brain, you become very successful. But it takes time.
And as you said several times, self-noted, you have ADD.
Oh yes, I have both ADD and dyslexia.
Dyslexia, writes books.
Yeah,
Dyslexia, you know, ADD
Right.
is organized to go on TV shows.
Yeah.
How have you centered your life around this?
Marry the right person, find the right job.
Ah.
You know, it's where you plug yourself in that makes all the difference. And the reason I did very well in school, I was lucky. I always had great teachers. And I went to schools that really allowed my creativity to come out, as opposed to schools that just wanted me to be a lockstep memorizer.
And looking at this strength-based approach, what we call the non-medical approach. Now, if children are on medications, we kind of want to keep, we don't necessarily want to take them off in the short term, and we would be working very closely with whoever is prescribing them. Some of the benefits that we could see from this, and what we've seen in the past, is increased attention, increased organization, the outbursts have decreased, the ability to keep things under control, and
Strengthen their brakes.
Strengthen their brakes. And if that makes sense, when Dr. Hollowell said that a few months ago, when I met him initially, it just made all the change in the world to me on
It all
how
comes together.
it all comes together. A Ferrari's a great car.
Yeah.
Your kids have great brains. Don't let anyone tell you that they don't.
Right.
It's the braking mechanism is just a little bit askew, and we need to fix that. And as we say, we're brake specialists.
Exactly.
Without the grease and the grime. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
it.
it.
So glad what you're doing.
Thank you. An amazing authority on ADD and ADHD sitting in front of us. Very happy to have him in our presence, and as a mentor to me and to other family and staff that we're going to have.
Well, you're doing great work.
Well,
It's really wonderful.
Well, thank you. And if any of you are interested in learning more about the SHINE program, please click the link below or add your name under the box where we're going to have orientations to let you know exactly what we're doing with this program. We could do a program for 4 hours, but I'd like to meet our parents and let them and explain to them exactly what we're doing and how we can help your child or yourself reach that level of optimal development as they can. We've seen it before. We're going to continue to see it again. Thank you for watching, and have an amazing day.